To minimize the loss to the customer or to the company due to the wrong installations, the given material should be studied thoroughly and applied in the field. Installation sequence for the split wall mounted type air conditioner is as follows: site visit, installation plate and drilling a hole, pre-installation jobs, indoor unit installation, outdoor unit installation, airtight, vacuum, additional charge, drainage test, test run, closing jobs, customer guide and review. Before the aircon installation, either through field visit or the telephone, the following things are to be consulted with the customer, like the product installation place and fixing base material, distance between the indoor and the outdoor unit, drilling into the wall. Then related tools and materials are to be prepared and work is to be started. Remove the product from the box and separate the installation plate from the back side. After confirming the position of the installation plate, a 3.5 mm hole is drilled on the top right side with a hand drill, and the plate is fixed with the screw. Then check with a horizontal level and fix the remaining part with screws. Condensation drops can come from the indoor unit if it is not horizontal. Avoid installation of the indoor unit on non-concrete walls, as there is a danger of falling due to the vibration or impact, for example from a gypsum board wall. In case the customer requests the installation on such non-concrete walls, then make a strong support for the unit before installing the installation plate. In case of the rear piping, the installation plate for the corresponding chassis is checked using the core drill. The hole is drilled with accurate standards. Before drilling a hole in the wall, make sure to confirm the customer if there are any other things inside the wall. While drilling the hole, be careful not to dust the room. To prevent the condensation, make sure that the hole has the downward gradient of more than 1/100th. To avoid the pipe from crushing, unfold it on a flat floor slowly and then unfold the connecting wire. If the piping should be extended with brazing, it should be arranged by a qualified person only. Prepare the fire extinguisher against a fire. Before brazing, make sure that the two pipes are properly overlapped. The welding part is to be properly melted by the brazing heat. The brazing of flare to pipe and pipe to pipe without overlapping can be easily damaged. Avoid this kind of brazing. Nitrogen gas should be released during the copper pipe brazing to prevent the oxidation. Oxidized particles can block the pipe and cause the compressor defect. Cable length should be a little longer to reach the control box. Wrap the pipes and the connecting wire with insulation tape once in every 1 meter distance, and wrap them with the finishing tape, leaving only the connecting part exposed. Then the end part is bound together with an insulation tape. Consider surrounding circumstances and environment for installing the indoor unit, otherwise product damage and fall in cooling capacity can occur. Efforts need to be done to select the place of installation such that the product gives maximum performance. Unscrew and remove the pipe holder at the back of the indoor unit. Remove the corresponding hole for pulling out the pipe. Remove burrs on the chassis, otherwise it will cut the insulation and can cause drainage troubles. The pipe from the product can have 5 ways: right piping, right rear piping, low side piping, left piping, and left rear piping. To bend the piping, hold one part with a hand and bend it round slowly with the other hand. After applying a little adhesive in the hole, put the drain hose inside to set firmly. The drain hose should be downward, and if the ending part is blocked or touching the water body, the condensed water can flow back to the indoor side during the operation. Match the 2 markings of the lower side of the indoor unit to hang it on the installation plate. Provide some space between the wall and the lower part of the indoor unit for installing and routing of the refrigerant pipes and wiring. Insert the pipe and wire assembly through the hole. For bending, do not give more than 2 bends at a single point, as it can crack the pipe. Bend the pipe in a large enough radius to prevent being cracked. Indoor unit socket caps and pipe caps should be removed just before the piping connection, as the dirt and dust can enter and hence can become the cause of the product defect. When connecting pipes to the indoor unit, cut the pipe and start flaring. To cut the copper pipe, rotate the cutter 2 turns clockwise and then tighten it once slowly so as not to make deformation. After cutting, burrs must be removed with a scraper, otherwise it will cause the leakage. The pipe end is to be downward so as to prevent burrs and chips from entering into the pipe. After cutting the pipe, insert the nut, put the pipe in the flaring bar. The dimensions can differ with the size of the pipe, so flaring should be done after confirming the pipe diameter. Flare contact should be tight and accurate, otherwise the leakage problems can occur from the flared part. Line the indoor unit socket and flare center close to each other and join with hands before tightening it with the torque wrench to given specification. In case the torque applied is not within the specification range, leakage can occur. Extended drain hose is put inside the product drain hose after applying the adhesive and then wrapped with the insulation tape. Raise the front panel and disassemble the control cover and the cord clamp. To prevent the contact resistance defect in wire connection, make sure to use the terminal type connections. Check the wiring diagram before connection to prevent the wrong wiring and connect cables. Also make sure that the wires will not be loosened with a slight force. After connecting wires, arrange them properly and fix the cord clamp. Finally, assemble the control box cover. Obstructions near the outdoor installation can increase the noise, reduce the cooling performance, and increase the electricity charges. Also, the hot discharged air can be harmful to the animals and plants, so consider carefully in selecting the outdoor unit site. Considering the service space around the outdoor unit, sufficient distances should be provided from the obstructions. After removing, put 4 anti-vibration rubbers in the legs and then fix with screws. Service valve caps and the pipe caps are removed just before the pipe connection. Otherwise, the dirt and dust can enter the pipe, causing troubles. Remove nut and cap from the service valve and tube until just before the fitting. Earlier removal will make troubles, like allowing foreign materials into pipes. For the connection, cut out the extra pipe and flare it. Detail flaring works are same as for the indoor unit piping works. Please refer to that parts. Place service valve and pipe in line and fasten them with hand, followed by the torque wrench of specified torque only. If the specified torque is not used, the connection can be loosened and can cause leakage. If the connection is below 7.5 meters, do not cut the pipe out and make a roll with the left. Disassemble the cord clamp inside the control box. Terminal type connection is used to prevent the contact resistance defect in the wire connection. Check the wiring diagram before connection to prevent the wrong wiring and connect cables. Also make sure that the wires will not be loosened with a slight force. If the connecting cable is too short and join one on the way, it will increase the contact resistance. After the connection, arrange the wiring properly and fix it with the cord clamp inside the control box. Connect the service valve core, nitrogen pump, and manifold gauge with high-pressure hose and charge nitrogen gas. Check the leakage with soap bubbles and confirm the pressure maintains the same pressure for 10 minutes. Vacuuming work must be done to remove the air and moisture from inside the pipe. Otherwise, the unit performance can be decreased. In case the same manifold gauge is used for R22 and R410A, then there is a danger of product malfunction, so make sure that separate manifold gauges are used for R22 and R410A. Connect the high and low side hose and service valves each, and the middle common hose to vacuum pump. Confirm the high-low pressure valve of the manifold gauge is closed, and then start the vacuuming operation. Slowly open the low pressure valve of the manifold gauge. After the vacuuming degree has lowered to 0.8 torr or 800 micron, then 10 minutes more vacuuming is done. If it does not reach 2.8 torr, it means there is leakage or moisture and should be cleared and re-vacuumed. It is more convenient to check leakage with a digital vacuum gauge. After vacuuming, close the valve for 10 minutes and check whether the vacuum is maintained below 0.8 torr or 800 micron without leakage. If the power supply is off during vacuuming operation, or the manifold gauge valve is not closed before the power off, the vacuuming pump oil can flow into the product and cause damage. A one-way valve can be used for that. In case of the long pipe installation, additional refrigerant is to be charged. Refer to the installation manual for additional refrigerant amount per unit length. Also, in places of the high elevation, the oil return trap is installed for the smooth recovery of the oil. Connect the middle hose of manifold gauge to the gas pump and open its valve. Purge out the air in the hose and put the pump on the digital balance. Set the balance value to 0 and open the valve to charge. Close it when the calculated amount is charged. While separating the manifold gauge, make sure not to touch the refrigerant. Use gloves. Heating the pump with fire can make explosion. First, remove the antibacteria filter from the indoor unit and put some water to flow it through the drain hose and check for leakage. Check if the water comes out from the outdoor side of the drain hose. If it does not, then recheck the installation. After finishing all jobs, insert the antibacteria filter and close the front panel. After opening the high and low pressure service valve of outdoor unit, check the gas leakage and connect the power line to the grounded outlet. At this point, check whether the ELB of the aircon system is installed properly. In case the power line is not grounded, request the customer to get the grounding done by calling the local electric company. Check the remote controller operation using dry cells. Press the on-off button for more than 3 seconds for test run. And confirm the leakage, abnormal noise, and drainage flow, etc. in 18 minutes operation. Wrap the connecting part with insulation and finishing tape. Then push them into the product. Then the indoor unit outer parts pipe and connecting wiring draining hose is to be covered with the finishing tape. The drain hose is to be put below the piping and then covered with finishing tape. Fasten service valves caps and service port caps. Cover the piping and the wiring of the outdoor unit with the finishing tape. To seal the drilled hole from outside, cover it with non-flammable material. To protect the exposed pipe from any surrounding or the environmental effect, it is recommended to arrange a cover. Clean the indoor and outdoor installation site and collect the garbage. Request the customer to call the installation agency in case of any problems in the initial days of operation, and then leave the place after confirming the installation environment. For more information and inquiries about installation, please contact LG Air Conditioning Sales Supporting System.